It's Friday. You made it. Here's what's going on today. So hopefully yesterday you guys collected all of your data. If not, just make sure you quickly get that done. Now, your data table should have 15 different times on it. So today I'm going to tell you what to do with all those times, how to finish up the data table, and what all this means in terms of energy, because that's the unit that we're in right now. We're in our energy unit. So today there's a lot of different stuff in the Friday folder, as you can see, but don't worry, if you go step by step, it should be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So what I want you guys to do first is, well, first of all, if you didn't finish the data from yesterday, make sure you finish collecting the data. Okay, the second thing that you guys are going to do is you copy down vocab words yesterday, independent variable, dependent variable, constants. So what I want you guys to do in your journal, underneath of your data table, I want you to write down what those are for the lab. So what is the independent variable? What is a dependent variable? What are 3 constants from the lab? Okay, so that should go underneath of your data table from yesterday. And you guys can work with your group to figure that stuff out. So once you're done identifying your variables, what I want you guys to do is find the average of your times. So to do that on Schoology, I went ahead and kind of gave you a cheat sheet on how to find the average of something. The substitute is also going to pass out a little flow chart on how to find the average of something. So after your data table, I want you to go ahead and glue into the next page how to find the average of a set of numbers. Okay, so it tells you step by step exactly how to do that. Then you're going to figure out how to calculate speed. And I know that in 6th grade you guys calculated speed with the little buggies, but if you don't remember, again on Schoology there's a little cheat sheet. I made a educational video on how to find the calculate speed, and also there's a flow chart that the substitute's going to pass out to you as well on how to find speed. So there's 3 different places, 3 different resources that you're going to use on how to find speed. So look over the cheat sheet, watch the video on how to calculate speed, glue this into your journal. Then I want you to go ahead and try these 3 practice problems. So the substitute's going to pass out these 3 practice problems. I want you to go ahead, use the calculators on your desk. I know I don't have enough for everybody, so you're gonna have to share. And then after you're done coming up with these answers, I want you to glue it into your journal. So today you're gonna have a lot of stuff glued into your journal. How to find the average of a set of numbers, how to calculate speed, speed practice problems, all that's gonna be in your journal. Now use that information, use the average, use calculating speed to help you guys figure out how to do the rest of your data table. Now on Schoology, after the speed practice problems, it says data table picture example. That's one that I did. I just made up random numbers. You guys have your own numbers. But what I want you to do is take a look at that so you know how the data table's set up. So even though your numbers aren't the same, the way that it's set up should be the same. So if you find that you're struggling, use my numbers on the example and to see what I did so you know like how to average them, how to calculate the speed. You can try to do what I did to see if you have the right steps. So that's there as an example for you guys. Now, after you're done finishing up your data table on Schoology, there's an article that I want you to read. So we calculated speed, we did this lab, but what does that all mean about energy? So it's an article about a roller coaster, and they introduce you to kinetic energy and gravitational potential energy. Okay, and that's kind of what we're going to start talking about. It's going to be the basis of our energy unit. So I want you to read through that article. It's not very long, it's just about a roller coaster. Now, after you're done reading that article, I want you to, in the next document underneath the article in Schoology, there are a couple more vocab words, and the vocab words are kinetic energy, gravitational potential energy, regular potential energy. So I want you guys to go ahead and write that down in your journal. Okay, so after your speed practice problems, I want you to go ahead and write down your new vocab words. Okay. Now, after you're done writing down those vocab words, there's analysis questions that I want you to answer. So the analysis questions are using the article, and they're using those new vocab words to help you come up with answers. So you're going to have to use the stuff that you've been doing over the last 2 days to help you answer those 2 questions. Okay, so that's it for today. We're just kind of finishing up collecting our data table, new vocab words, an article, analysis. I know it seems like a lot, but I think you guys can can handle it. So all this needs to be done so that way when I get back on Tuesday, we can just jump right in and get started. So remember, all the lab materials are back in the baskets. Make sure that your computers are plugged in, and make sure that you're kind to one another. You're kind to the substitute. You're respectful. I don't want to see your name written down on a list. So I'm excited to see you guys on Tuesday, and I'll see you then.